What's wrong with you guys? When is this gonna end?
You're on.
You're not my buddy.
Anytime I can showcase the immortal Fred Berry, you bet your bottom dollar rerun is getting some run on this channel. Louis gets it. I gotta give credit to Louis. Louis Vinyl Latte is here. He says that's the same dance he uses when he finds a grail, which cheap plug. I don't know if you've been over to the Vinyl Latte channel, but he was in London and Rojas. I just got to say, you've got company in the turquoise Led Zeppelin department. Vinyl Latte is now a proud owner of that record. So there goes all your specialness.
Get in line. No, good job. Way to go.
Check out Louis' channel. He just gave away, I think, a record cleaning machine. Louis, we're going to plug you. We're going to plug you. Give me the link. I can't do it right now. Vinyl Latte. If you like the latte, you like the vinyl latte. Got you covered. We'll see who else is here. The room is filling up nicely. Got Vinyl and Kicks is here. Oh, Dana Kimbowitz is here. I've heard of this guy. Wyoming Dave. You can't have a live stream if Wyoming Dave is not in the chat. That's a decree. Trevor, Flat Round and Spun VC said, got rock and roll over in the background while watching Rest in Peace Ace. We're going to get to that. Yeah. Big bummer. Kendall is here. Spin Doctor is Vinyl Mayhem. Good evening. Chris Mann would like to know, how can I get a t-shirt? Good question. We're working on the merch department. We had to put all our funds, our open to buy dollars were spent paying Arnaldo's new contract. It's been a real challenge to find some shekels.
Even I haven't gotten
a
t-shirt. I've been waiting for 2 years.
Well, there's a sting. There's a sting operation.
T-shirt.
Sting operation in our pressing plant, and things haven't been the same. I narrowly avoided prison time. What can I say? I'm not sure who this new friend is. Captain Analog. Hello, Captain Analog. Greetings. We're always about welcoming. University of Vinyl Tim, hello. Pat's Radio, hello. The Disco Devil, hello. And maybe you've heard this one before, Andy G. Hello. Look, Andy G's even changed his avatar. Look at that.
Wow.
That is a real Kiss maniac, right? Arnaldo changed his. I saw. Arnaldo, can you go blank for a second and show the marvelous folks at home? There is so much Spaceman, Space Ace in the house. This is a wonderful, wonderful tribute. Tokyo Brian, hello. Our new friend Paul McClellan. This is 3 weeks in a row. Paul, welcome. You know what that gets you? That's going to get you a wrench. It's the least I can do. I can't give you a T-shirt, but gosh, golly, I can give you a wrench. So welcome. You've been officially decreed. Felipe of the Jazz Bums. No matter what, Arnaldo is the greatest. Son of a bitch on the payroll. Thanks, Felipe.
Felipe, he's the best at, finding, clip corners, split seams.
Oh, Cesar is here. He says, Buenas noches, my friends. Now, hang on. You went Duolingo there. You went Buenos noches, and then you went my friends. Wouldn't it be Buenos noches, mis amigos? I don't know. But I know Cesar is extremely excited. The Soda Stereo reissue campaign is amongst us. We were talking about it before the show started. Music on Vinyl. It's an Argentinian band. Look them up. I think it's Cesar. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cesar. I think it's your favorite band I could be wrong. It's right after Milli Vanilli. It's Milli Vanilli, Soda Stereo, The Freight. Shout out to Adam if he's here. I think those are the top three, but I could be wrong. It changes. I don't know. See, Felipe showing off the dual link. Yeah, see, Boa Note. Is that Brazilian?
No, it's Boa Noche.
No, for Pete's sake. Is this Italian? Come on. This is unbelievable. Dom's here. He says, keep extending that Arnaldo contract, me, Chance, so the VCSC doesn't have to sign him as a free agent. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
The VC Social Club is trying to poach. I was wondering why Rojas and Groove Seeker continue to do both shows. It's to poach talent. It's clear. It's not to contribute or have fellowship.
Do you forget clause number 9? I am allowed guest appearances. You don't have the exclusive.
I got the contract right here, Arnaldo. I got to look this up. Hang on a second.
Chance, I will tell you that based upon his rider, that might be the last time we have him. So don't worry about it.
No. I'm gonna have to go straight to the exit clause, which is on page 2 of this.
We didn't go live till 9:17. He threatened to walk off. I mean,
listen, you saw the diva behavior. Usually, Arnaldo pre-contract always the first one backstage. Post-contract, I mean, maybe second. He was third today. I mean, this is how it starts.
He's slacking. He's a slacker now.
And then I don't think I didn't see you on the VC Social Club on Monday. I saw you there, Arnaldo. I saw you. So I know what's going on. David, it's just going to be me and you, David. I think this is the David and Concert Buddy. This is Safe and Sound Concert Buddy audio excursion coming at you. Oh, good stuff. All right, guys. Well, we've done enough of the chit chat. This is Surface Noise. I want to welcome you, Concert Buddy at the 1s and 2s. Interesting program we got for you. This is kind of the beauty of doing the live stream, is you think you know what you're going to talk about, and then you just get one of those curveballs. But if you've been paying any attention, you know that we've kind of changed the run of show. We do like some current events, and then we talk about some stuff. So we're going to get into all of that. What I'd like to do is introduce the panelists. And I'm going to start with probably the sole survivor, David Bianco, the channel Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion. David, it's just going to be me and you pretty soon. How are you?
All right. Doing well. Whatever.
We're going to have, is this like a recruiting at a SEC school? We're going to have to get some debutantes and some Cadillacs with cash in the back, because once Arnaldo leaves, I think we'll save approximately 17% of the operating budget. So we may be able to get this back in here. Rebranding. That's right, Kendall. Rebranding coming next season. We're
going to lose our New York influence is what's going to happen.
Well, I'm starting to pick up what these guys are putting down, and it starts with that other guy from New York, the Groove Seeker, who's leading what do they call that, a coup? Is this a coup amongst Surface Noise, Groove Seeker? I would say welcome, but I don't know anymore. What's going on here?
Well, listen, I just want to remind you, Chance, as a sports fanatic, the great Bob Lee did Outside the Lines and Sports Center. So I think I can do both. I don't see it as conflict.
Bob Lee comparison, check. Chris Berman comparison, if I start calling you Boomer, you know what's going on. See, nobody who watches this is into sports, so that just went right over the head.
Yeah, we're losing people. My bad. Sorry,
we're bleeding viewers. And speaking of bleeding viewers, we have Arnaldo, who is now a dual live stream per week person. He was on the VC Social Club on Monday. He's stumbled into this program today. Arnaldo, good evening.
Good evening, Concert Buddy, and good evening, everyone else.
And then rounding out the panel, we don't know if the bonger's coming. I put out an all points bulletin. We'll see if we're blessed with John Bong. But in the interim, his running mate, Jason Rojas. Good evening.
Thanks for having me back on, Concert Buddy.
Count on it. Well, I'm just going to play this wonderful video we have, because we're really trying to get this to stick to the ribs. It's current events.
I've got news for you.
Well, we have to lead off. I had a couple things to talk about, and we'll probably talk about them. But we got to start with the news of the day. Space Ace, the spaceman, has left us. He's left the celestial plane. That's Ace Frehley, founding member of your favorite and Arnaldo's favorite, Kiss. What a day. I thought it was going to be Gene. Gene just had some kind of weird car crash the other day.
Yeah.
And they're all about the same age, and that's something we've morbidly never talked about. Like, who's going to be the first of the original Kiss members to leave? And Ace would have been in my top 2, but here we are. So Arnold, I'm gonna start with you because you have been on some powerful programs on Vinyl Community Podcast talking about Kiss. How are you feeling? This has got to get you in the feels, right?
Very sad. It's very, very, very sad. A few weeks ago when they announced or news broke that he tripped and fell and was recovering in the hospital, they didn't make it sound like it was really, really serious until maybe early this afternoon when they said he was on life support. So yeah, that was, I'm still, taking it in. I was telling you guys behind the scenes that before there was the Smiths and the Beatles and David Bowie, for me, there was Kiss. It was only Kiss. I was telling them that at the age of 10, my record collection consisted of every album Kiss had put out until 1978 and 2 other albums, Rumors and Saturday Night Fever. So that's how vast my music knowledge was at the age of 10.
So I hope I'm not bearing the lead here, but you told a story once, and if you haven't heard the story, Vinyl Community Podcasts for Scoring at Home, you had a Kiss costume as a youth. It wasn't the Space Ace. It was probably Paul, right? Who was the?
No, it wasn't as a youth. It was maybe 15 years ago.
Oh my gosh, it was as an adult.
Well, yeah, I was. Let's not disclose too much because I'm only 20, right?
What the?
No, one year, I should have the picture somewhere. I went as Paul. Well, here's the thing. Although Ace was my favorite member, his makeup is so difficult. So with the silver in the middle, and it's not easy to put on makeup. I discovered it just by putting a star on, which was Paul. I opted for the easier makeup, and Walter opted for the slightly more difficult, but I was able to.
Good for you, Walter. Good for you.
Gene. Yeah, we did the Dress to Kill, which is probably the easiest one to do. You just put on a suit that fits you kind of tight and short. So,
Arnaldo, we've got a fan request from Dana Kimberitz. He says we need.
I have to. I'll let me search my my Facebook and I'll post it.
Oh well,
and
Kimbo, if you're lucky, we'll give you access to the MySpace.
And we went walking in the village. They have a Halloween parade every Halloween in the West Village, and man, I don't know how many times we got stopped to take pictures with
David. Now David's got jokes. While he's on the panel, he's hitting the chat. He says they are mass producing a Halloween costume in honor of Ace as we speak. I think David is not wrong. I think that went into production at approximately an hour and a half ago. I think that's probably.
Can I add one of the people that, as we were walking around, because we were only 2 of us, and they were like, where's Ace and Peter? And his buddy's like, oh, nobody wants to be Peter.
Yikes.
Wow. Poor Peter Chris.
So, yeah, but yeah, I had Ace was the coolest one. He was the coolest one. He didn't care. He quit the band twice, whereas Peter Chris got fired twice. But
big difference. Big difference.
But yeah, he always did what he wanted to do on his own terms. His autobiography, is the best one. It's the funniest one. He keeps it real. He admits when he messed up. So I think he was the most endearing. And I'll put a link in the chat. I don't know. I don't think we can show it. But on YouTube, there's an interview with Tom Snyder back in 1979.
Mm-hmm.
It was all 4 of them in costume, obviously. Ace stole the interview. Basically, he was cracking up, obviously maybe high.
No.
But he was the funniest. He was the funniest on the interview. And the reaction on Gene's face especially is like, I can't, like, you could read, I can't believe this guy is upstaging me. I'm supposed to be, the star of the
Mr.
band.
Kiss, that's right.
Yeah.
And the guy with the worst makeup was actually Tom Snyder's, which is really interesting.
Now, I feel a little sadness here. Our friend Chris from Record Talk says, we went as Kiss for Halloween when I was a kid, and I had to be Peter Criss. That's a shaming situation, Chris. I hope that you healed from that trauma, because nobody wanted to be Peter. You just heard
it. You know why? I had nothing against Peter Criss until I read his autobiography. And it's just whining and just poor me, and they did this to me, and that's the whole gist of the book. So he just wants everybody to be sorry for him. But yeah, I don't know where Peter Criss he was a good drummer.
And he wrote the best song. Come on now.
According to
the biggest selling
Gene,
song.
he kind of like wrote a lyric or two of that. It was
oh my gosh. I didn't know that Gene Simmons was the Paul McCartney of this group. What the hell, man?
And one curious fact, Alive, which is their first live album, was heavily overdubbed in the studio because there were drops in the vocals, and the mics weren't, some mics, they missed their cue, and some of the solos had to be redone. But the drum tracks were the only thing that were from the show. They did not touch those. Yeah, they were left alone.
Put some respect on Peter Criss's name.
Yes.
I think he just got it.
So,
Now, this is a question I think a lot of
but it's
people
about
ask.
Ace tonight, okay, guys?
It is about Ace. Forget Peter. The record keeper, 33 RPM, asks, will he have the Kiss coffin? Second question, will Gene charge him for it? Rojas, what do you think about this? Will Gene, I mean, if you're in Kiss, you probably are gifted a complimentary Kiss coffin, but I don't know. Gene's all about the money. What do you think, Rojas?
The first question, yes. Second question, double. No, quadruple. Right, there we go.
He's probably going to have to be buried in the Kiss Gene coffin. That's probably the only condition. It's like the solo Gene on top of him for eternity.
So you remember, Arnaldo, in Gene Simmons' book, what does he have a picture of? He has a picture of wasted Ace making out with some person, a guy.
I forgot who.
It's just a picture, and he put it on there to put the dagger, like I got an embarrassing picture of you, and I'm gonna put it like in one of the first the pictures of with all the
Just yesterday,
middle of the book.
I pulled up an interview, a kind of recent interview of Ace, and basically saying he loves Gene. They were like, there was nothing, there was no bad blood between him and Gene, so they were on really good terms.
Groove Seeker, I know you're a huge Kiss maniac. On a scale of 1 to 10, how floored were you when you heard this news? Was this pick yourself up off the floor at a 10, or was this did somebody fart in this room at a 1? Like where did you land on this news hit you?
I was a little bit too young to get the Kiss bug.
Oh no,
missed it. But I understand the fanatical nature of people like Arnaldo are into the band. I respect it and I get it. So I was very sad for Arnaldo when I heard it, because I'm sure. Yeah, like I get it.
And you young guys, especially you, Chance.
Oh no,
there would be no Pearl Jam without Ace Frehley.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I saw it was either
Mike McCready's
post. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was a big Ace fan. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sad for the mega fans out there, and obviously cultural icons. I mean, I know a lot about Kiss just from watching rock documentaries or specials and things like that. It's pretty undeniable.
You always got the sense Ace was, I wouldn't say the least serious, but he appreciated the rock and roll lifestyle. But he also kind of, now maybe it was the drugs, could have been the drugs, but he seemed to be the freest spirit about the whole enterprise. In fact, I think it was like Arnaldo said, he left the band. I think he left the band the first time, and Vinnie Vincent came in, but yet Ace still was like playing some of the music, like he was.
No, then the reunion tour came,
And then what, 96, right?
Yeah, in 96. And he agreed to tour with the band, I think maybe for like 4 years, I think it was, until 2000 or 2000. Yeah, I think it was 2000 or 2001. And Gene and Paul wanted him to say, he's like, no, guys, I said 4 years. I'll say, we had a deal. I don't want to do this all the time.
He's like, the people want Frehley's comment, and they got to hear Rock Soldiers. If they don't hear Rock Soldiers, there's going to be a riot in the streets.
Well, the thing is, people were asking me about Kiss, and then they were referring to this band.
Oh, no, Jason.
Jeez.
Oh, is that the original Kiss? Was that with the makeup or without the makeup? It looks like the Golden Girls, but it's hard to tell.
Yikes. Come
What
on
instrument
now.
did Rue McClanahan play? Was she
Man,
playing?
Blanche was
Flute.
singing Shock Me, you know? Ay.
David couldn't wait to get that one out. I was like, who's going to say it? And Bianca didn't even get the words out of his mouth. Went right to it. Well, speaking of Bianco, like when I think of Kiss, I mean, I think people I know, Arnaldo, Felipe, the record spinner, the young man who no longer comes around these parts. And then I think of you. You're like the fourth biggest Kiss person I know. David, how are you holding up? Are you doing okay?
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware man.
Wow.
Shit.
Who? Oh, sorry.
Well, hang on, David. Serious question. Do you have any Kiss records in your collection?
I do not.
Oh, well,
Oh,
we
no.
gotta fix that because it's almost borderline. You can't be. We're gonna have to probably put your VC card on probation because I think everyone has to have a Kiss record. I bet you even Norman Maslow probably has one. He says, "Well, here we go, Mazzy. We already asked this one. Will Ace be buried in a Kiss coffin? We already touched this one. These things need to be decided now." Well, that's probably true. I think it was decided years ago in the will, but we'll find out.
Just rest in peace, Ace, you know? Here's my signed poster. Oh, man, what a bummer.
So I didn't see this in your bathroom when I was using the restroom. Where do you hang this piece of art, Jason?
It's not hung up, you know?
It's on the ceiling above his bed.
That's right, you know?
Now that makes more sense.
Along with Eric Carr, right? Oh, man. Yikes.
Well, speaking of, hey, in case you can't get enough Eric Carr, Record Store Day has got we talked about it on the program. I mean, there's 2 liquid fills. So I think this only raises the point. Can we put a line in the sand now? Record Store Day 2026, Ace Frehley release. I'll put it down. Anybody disagree? Anyone want to take this one?
Pretty sure.
I think Frehley's Comet box set picture disc inevitable. It's inevitable. Well, Space Ace, See You in the Stars, New York Groove, my favorite Kiss song, even though, like we talked about, wasn't an original, it was a cover song, but the best of the best for me.
That's the only one they play at the Yankees game? Chris, help me out here.
I'm a Red Sox fan. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
man.
Heel turn.
Hey.
It's like Ben Affleck would refuse to wear the Yankees hat for Gone Girl, so they're like, "Will you wear a Mets hat?" Here you go.
No, they no, I'm kidding. I've been to Yankee Stadium enough. They do play that, and they play the Sinatra tune when they win, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Sports.
Definitely, yeah.
Sports.
Twice tonight.
Twice. Hang on. We're gonna make it 3 because that just inspired me. I'm gonna put Bianco on the spot. What song did they play when Mariano Rivera would come out to close games? Chris, you can't answer.
I know.
Tell us in the chat. I put Bianco on the spot because he had the bad Ace Hardware joke. Help him out. Do you need to phone a friend? We've got.
I know. I actually know who Mariano Rivera is.
Okay,
I
so
know
that's
who he
step
is.
1. Step 1, Mariano Rivera. Step 2.
I knew that.
He's coming to finish the game. He's going to put He's going to put the game to bed. There's your tease. Arnaldo knows this one. Look at Arnaldo. What?
No, you definitely know it. You definitely know it.
Oh, come on. Rojas, without looking at the chat, do you know this one?
No, I do not.
Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
Groove Seeker, it's just me.
Oh, I did not know.
Metallica, Enter Sandman, like they would play the big drums.
Oh.
Oh. It's amazing.
thought it was-
Here we go.
guess
Thank
we
you.
Thought it was America's Sandman. I didn't know. Okay.
Now this is a
Guess we
song. This was a close second. "Killing Me Softly" from Roberta Flack was the runner-up. So
It's one
you
way to put
almost
the,
got it. You almost got it, man. You
one
almost.
way to put the crowd to sleep.
I guess we can't ask about what Papelbon used to come out to. That'll just really.
No.
lose
Oh,
people.
Dom is coming. He says not in the 2001 series. He wasn't.
That's
Wow.
right, Dom.
Shout out to Luis Gonzalez. Look at that.
Or the 2004 ALCS.
Oh no! Now see, this is too much sports. We're bleeding viewers. We're gonna have to move on to the next one. All right. So another current event I want to talk about. I'll take this banner off. I don't know if you guys got this. First of all, show of hands. Anyone else besides me get the Dr. Dre One Step, the Interscope? All right. So we've got 40%. So me and Arnaldo got a wonderful email from him this week. Delayed.
Do you have that? Do you have that? Wah wah.
Yeah, I need a drop for that. I didn't. You know,
Yeah, you gotta.
I was coming out of an Ace Frehley high, and I was ill prepared.
We're trying to figure out how to make it audio file. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yet, important other people in the VC
Oh no! Oh.
already got it,
Oh.
made a review.
I wasn't going to go there, but you make a good point. Multiple people have already
Oh,
got.
I only read one. I only read one review.
Oh, hang on. I'm not even talking about a review. So hang
I'm
on.
talking about Tracking Angle. Didn't they publish a review?
No, that was another hype piece.
Who was
Who
it?
got copies of this record in the VC?
So Westman's got his.
Okay.
Mr. Maslow, he showed his today early on the morning show.
They don't even listen to.
Wow, I had no idea
listen,
they were
listen,
like.
I'm not
Dre
going to shame.
fans.
I'm not going to shame Mazzy. Now Mazzy, you know I like him.
Oh my
Is it the
god.
only
Mazzy thought that
record
Jewel.
Mazzy
he
has
thought
in
that-
his collection. Come on.
Mazzy thought that the singer Jewel sang on the Chronic. We had to set him straight.
Man.
Had to
Come
set him
on,
straight.
Maz.
That
Come
was
on,
close.
man.
In fairness, he was close. It was a singer. As
So
another
did Keith
singer.
Sweet, right? Yikes! Oh my gosh.
Jewel of Death Row fame. Come on.
Now, see, look, I am gonna give him credit. He's here. He said he bought the CD. So you bought the CD when it came out. I'm giving you those props. But Jewel, the Alaskan Beauty, did not sing on the Chronic. We need to dispel this rumor immediately. And I made a joke. It's not Richard Jewell from the Atlanta Olympics. Okay, so we cleared it. We cleared all that out earlier.
Elliot, hey, come on up, Elliot.
Correction, I wasn't 6. I was actually in high school when that album came out. I'm showing myself. Now, Adam the Freight backing us up. He says, I got that email. It's hard to remember to press records when you're high. Oh, is this what happened here?
Yikes! Oh,
Unbelievable. Okay, yeah. Tom is here. High Rant District says Fremer reviewed a test press.
Yes. Oh, okay. Thank
That's
you.
what
That's
you
what
might
I
be-
was referring to.
That's what
I
she's
was referring
Ah.
to because they had the picture.
And
of
he
the
said,
box.
keep working on it, boys.
It's not that sticky sweet. It's sticky icky. It's not that sticky sweet. No, but here's my thing.
I didn't even know that Steve and Mazzy got.
I just noticed casually,
Didn't know that.
and this was before that Steve won. Steve posted it in one of these Facebook groups. Mazzy talked about it this morning, but I don't care about that stuff. What I do care about
in
is
the morning. Am I missing something?
there's a morning show.
Oh,
You
there
don't-
is?
Yeah, the new morning show.
At least Mazzy's from the West Coast. I'll
Check
give
your
him
local
that. I mean,
listings.
that helps.
Check your
Oh,
local
well,
listings.
it's not on my.
It's
Oh,
not on your
no.
radar.
Yeah, maybe. Not.
Shit.
What I was going to say was they've done this again. Remember when Interscope, because this is the folks at Interscope, shout out to Jimmy Iovine, when they launched the IVC, Interscope Vinyl Collective, the lead album for this new series of audiophile recordings, air quotes, was Dr. Dre the Chronic, black cover, Chronic slip mat. And that one did not launch so well. They didn't have replacements. Some people lost their records, etc. Say they launched their new One Step series. Same title. Okay, no judgment. Chris Bellman, Groove Seeker and I, he's our spiritual role model. He touched it. Sounded good. It's the first in the series, so you got me there. Take my money. And then for some reason, it's delayed. How? How can you have a series and you mess up a launch again for the same record? How is this possible?
Let me guess. It's being pressed at QRP.
Now that I don't
And
know.
a whole bunch of other
Get
records
outta here.
came in the queue way before it.
See this. See, leave it to Ronaldo to throw in a Bob Marley gripe. This is a Marley gripe if I've ever seen one.
We're talking about the Chronic.
I give them a lot of credit though. I think of like 4 or 5 audiophile hip hop albums, and that's definitely one of them.
I just can't get over the fact that this is your lead title for your new series, $125, and it's late. How? There's no capacity issues. There's no supply chain challenges. They're already sending out promo copies. I'm just throwing that in there. How are you doing this? You took my money.
I know what happened.
Oh, Chris, all right, please enlighten us.
So you
Breaking
remember
news.
in the marketing material for this release, it alluded to the idea that Dr. Dre was heavily involved.
Oh no.
Maybe Dre heard the test press and was like,
now in that case, I'm down. Because sometimes you need at least 10 test pressings before you release an audiophile release. So
and you find the right speed.
Well, I mean, the thing is, did it come from an EQ tape or a non-EQ tape? Or, was it corrected speed version? I don't know.
Well, the problem, because they've been sending out promo copies, has nothing to do with any of that. They just probably are behind in the production delivery of the number of units that were sold. Because if you have a finished product that you're sending out as a promo, it means that the production's done. You're not sending out prototypes.
correct.
So there's a stack somewhere of all of these
Approved.
pressings, approved press
Production.
and everything. It's all done because you're sending out promos.
And you
We
do the volume, whatever volume it is.
Exactly. They deliver them all at once. The manufacturing company will, you order 5,000, they're going to do a run of 5,000. So why the email delay, the delayed email, whatever? I don't know. Or your
3,000 copies. Let's go back. 3,000 copies. And it's still available, if I'm not mistaken. I think I just popped on the website.
But have test pressings only been sent out, or have actual promos?
No, actually finished promo copies, completed
yes.
pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Arnaldo, when you sell yours, let me know. I'll buy it.
Is it sold out?
No.
no, it's still
No.
available.
Oh, okay.
I had the cart still available, but that's probably another topic. I think that's probably price point and kind of what we talked about. IVC just already did this, so we'll see. I don't know. I think a lot of people could be wrong. I'm just speaking out of school here. I think a lot of people probably doing more wait and see on these audiophile releases simply because it's an elevated price point. Let's call it what it is. It's $125 for something that probably, tell me if you disagree, would probably make more sense.
Wait a minute. Did
$79.99.
Tracking Angle give it a positive review? 10 out of 10?
I don't know. Tom, if you're still here, tell us, because I don't read that publication.
So.
10 out of 10? Gave it a 10 out of 10? Okay. Oh, actually, here's the answer. Adam's here, breaking news. He said maybe they forgot where they put him. I think that's probably a high candidate. Are they using the same fulfillment as Rhino? When Rhino was getting their stuff off the ground, there was
Maybe they were stolen.
Oh, David, we're not going to start rumors. No way. Louie's got a great point. He says
Black
people were
market.
using the cash to buy real chronic. I think that's probably a high candidate. We've got a lot of candidates here. Now, Tom asks, any chance they're having trouble getting all the samples cleared for this edition? No way. They want that. They want that money. They want that money.
That's not a bad pickup though, because it happens years after that. Those samples get released because they get uncredited, and that could hold things up for sure.
KRWD is right. All of this is speculation. Let's be honest. Of course, this is what we do. This is complaining corner. This is where we just let it all hang out, and we just say what we say.
At least it's an audiophile album from something that's been released in the past 35 years. That's a positive.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm saying I was excited. I didn't really, I wasn't in the mood to drop another 125 on one of these audiophile air quotes things, but it's my guy. I'm going to try it.
Oh, KRWD got it. The last
Oh, here it is. We've KRWD. Now this is also speculation, but this is a leader in the clubhouse says they were all shipped to the old Vinyl Me Please warehouse by mistake. There could be. It could be. You're just gonna have to wait and see. 10/24 was the revised ship date, so maybe by the middle of November we'll have these. We shall see. So there's that one, and then the other one I wanted to bring up for current events was, anyone here go on the website rarevinyl.com? I kind of gave this away. So David, you go on there. So this is unbelievable. I get the emails. Okay, maybe you want to buy something. I believe they have a UK and a US output, right? And they claim they have rare vinyl. What do you know? And so I got this kind of promotional, called a teaser. I'm gonna share, because the visual I found helps cement the issue. Now, first of all, did you know that Saturday, October 18th, this Saturday, is National Album Day? Yep. Anyone know this? It's new information. New information. National Album Day. I didn't. But here's what's more interesting to me. So National Album Day, just another way to sell records. Okay. So
it's their RSD.
Well, David, it's funny you mentioned that, because this is what I was going to share. So I start looking at these titles, and there's Queen and Night at the Opera. The one that really stood out at me is this guy, the Rolling Stones, their Satanic Majesties, Zoetrope. Now, I looked at this and I said, this looks really familiar. I've seen this somewhere, and it's been very recent. And wouldn't you know, we have. I got to switch screens because, we don't pay for that. We had to pay the Arnaldo contract, so we don't have all of the financial latitude that we normally would here. But let me go here. This is the one I want. Sorry, folks. This is technical difficulties, except it's right. Nope. Well, first of all, let me show this to you. This is the National Vinyl Day piece. The Rolling Stones, let me make it a little bit bigger. Here's the picture. Right. Great. Here's what really kind of spun me for a loop. I'm going to switch screens. Hold, please. This is going oh so well. Stop me if you've heard this one before. They're releasing the same exact thing for Record Store Day coming up, Black Friday. Mm-hmm. Except this one has an Obi strip. In fairness, Obi strip.
That one didn't? The other one didn't?
No, I think it did.
Oh, well, it didn't say. Hang on.
I'm confused. Right. Is it from a EQ tape or non-EQ tape? What?
The
corrected speed.
The corrected speed. Yeah. So I mean, if you really want this record ahead of Record Store Day,
Jesus.
So anyway, I don't know if anyone subscribes to rarevinyl.com and their e-blast. I don't know if anyone even knew.
Well, yeah, I get a thing from HMV. They did that last year. They did the Beatles' white version of Hard Day's Night, and a buddy of mine in the UK picked it up on third weekend in October because I was in Ireland a week later. He gave it to me, and it hadn't come out in the US yet. So there's all these kind of things going on, and pieces and parts.
It's almost like you release a record and you say a Record Store Day exclusive. I don't know, like the Macho Man Randy Savage rap album, and then 6 weeks later they're pressing more in the same exact colorway. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? So anyway, though, there's your cheap plug for National Album Day. Who knew? We've actually summoned a ghost. I see a ghost in the chat. This is Alex Dickey. The ghost of Alex Dickey says, I will never go to the Tracking Angle site or watch one of their videos. That shit they pulled on Melinda Murphy was really low even for them.
This is, who this is, right? He's the OG, shit stir. Come on now.
I actually know what he's talking about. Well, maybe we'll talk about it in the bonus tracks. But this was an interesting situation, and let's get into it. So, Alex, stick around. Put the kids to bed. I know you said your oldest son is a big fan of Surface Noise. Get the popcorn ready. Get the Kool-Aid and the cherry colas ready. We'll dive into this in the bonus tracks because it was an interesting situation. I'll just say that. Anywho, all right. Well, there's your current events now.
No. We're not done yet.
We're not done. We've got another one.
Rest
Go
in
for it.
peace to Big D
Oh,
here.
great
You know?
call out. Yeah,
Okay.
D'Angelo. Yes, tell us, Jason, what happened this week?
Supposedly, he died of cancer.
Oh no, I don't have it. I don't have a cancer drop. I got to be honest with you. We can do this one.
Now, copies of Black Messiah are selling for $100.
No kidding.
Things are out of hand. They're crazy.
It's
This is
the
it.
death tax. We've talked about it. It's a death tax. You just know you got to buy these things up. That's why the Ace Frehley, instead of watching Surface Noise, I'm going to kill our viewership right now. Go buy up all these records because there's going to be a mass of humanity that what we call the fringe record environment. The fringe collectors are going to be coming, and those scalpers, is that the right word? Scalpers will be charging a premium for what do you think what's the first album?
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. That one's got to be fed. I mean, it was probably already expensive to begin with.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, very pricey.
Unbelievable.
This is already selling, and for like Old Man Mazzy, don't worry.
Oh no.
It's friendly. There's not many fucks on this or shits, okay? And Jewel did not sing on it, so boomer friendly. BC boomer friendly. Okay.
Except for shit damn motherfucker, which is not on Black Messiah, but
correct.
No.
Well, I was gonna look for a copy of Voodoo at WFMU. I can tell you that's out the window now.
Ooh.
Oh, forget it. What about Vinyl Me Please? Didn't they reissue this?
Yes, they
Yeah, I
did.
have it. Yeah.
So you have a copy.
I have two.
Glad
I have 3
got
copies
a
of
deal
Voodoo.
on my Voodoo copy
I know.
earlier in the year.
Well, here's some breaking news. Like this copy that I bought from End of an Ear, I believe it's the last local copy. Like
how long ago did you get this?
this must have been like that Wednesday or Tuesday.
Oh, of the passing this week.
Yes,
Wow.
And this is after 6 months ago. I gave you shit for selling that record.
correct.
What do you mean you got rid of that record?
Now, here's the weird thing about it. Now, it's not in Discogs, but this is a different mastering. And it's mastered by I guess, who's now the owner of Masterdisc, Scott Hole. But that's
Scott
not
Hole, yeah.
even listed on Discogs. So there's one Masterdisc by a guy, like a younger guy, with the keywords approved by the Dragon, which is the guy who engineered all the original D'Angelo albums.
Hang on, the Dragon. Did he engineer the Cisco Enter the Dragon album? Cisco.
Well, Bianco will get a kick out of this. We should tell Bianco how that album was recorded. Are you going to tell him? I mean,
What a
it
tease.
was recorded all recorded reel to reel.
Yep, all analog.
Interesting.
So you never heard of D'Angelo before, Bianco?
I've seen the name. I haven't heard any of the music.
Okay, so if you love like,
I thought it was
Gaye-
Beverly D'Angelo from Vacation.
Oh,
I wasn't.
no.
Oh my gosh! Let me get that picture of the Golden Girls again.
Wow.
So if you like Marvin Gaye, Prince, Otis Redding, this will blow your mind. Like seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, he's credited, correct me if I'm wrong, the Neo Soul movement is highly credited to that gentleman, along with like Erykah Badu, a little bit of Lauryn Hill, maybe some Jill Scott, those type of artists. But
yeah, basically from like 1996 to like 2001 or 2.
Here it is.
Him, Questlove, Common,
Oh man,
they all took over Electric Lady Studios.
that's $400 now.
No, I think
Yeah,
on
easily.
like 6 now.
Arnold, that's an excellent record sleeve. Is that a Vinyl Storage Solutions record sleeve?
It is. Actually.
Wow, amazing.
It took me a little while to understand how they work.
Hey, let's go. You got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just remember,
Yeah,
if you want to be like Arnaldo, Concert Buddy, BUDDIE, 10% off coming
I
at you.
think also this was recorded on
Oh, all analog.
all analog. Yeah.
Yeah. At Electric Lady. This was a $200 record till they reissued it, $200 or $300 record, right, Rojas?
Yes.
What's
Yeah,
that title,
crazy.
Chris? What's that called?
This is live at the Jazz Cafe, but this was insanely difficult record to get. They just reissued it like maybe a year ago. But live, obviously.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace, D'Angelo. 51 didn't have as long of a life as the Space Ace, but
Way more important than Kiss, guys. Sorry.
oh no, Arnaldo, you gotta take that? Wow, that's
I'm kidding.
unbelievable.
It's not even a comparison. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But he's as important to you as Kiss is important to me. So let's
100%. Yeah. That whole like 98 to 2002, that whole run, that group of artists had very important to me.
Well, as somebody who knew of him but wasn't really in that kind of deep neo soul genre, all I remember is that video where my man, he's like sculpted. Man had no clothes, and that was like the talk of the town. Even a very rural area where I was from, I remember that that was a big deal. But
Concert Buddy, can you put up Norman's comment?
I was going to skip this because I was going to give him some VC ST. It's Vinyl Community Sleeve Train, but he says those sleeves are too complicated, too much babying records. No way. This is a premium situation for a premium product.
Wait a minute. This is why they call them baby boomers.
No.
Okay.
No. I have some connections. I know you don't believe this. I'm gonna send Mazzy. I know your birthday was recently. It's in the past, but I'm gonna send you some samples, and it's gonna change your life. It's gonna change your life, and maybe you'll get a D'Angelo record. Maybe.
That comment. Do you see that comment? Yikes.
Might as well slap those for Mazzy. Oh man.
I didn't know.
Hashtag Martini Mazzy coming in hot tonight. Woo!
He thought the Dre record had too many fucks and shits.
I mean,
but
my man. Hang on. Here, I don't need this. Mazzy, you want the oven mitt tonight? I'm going to give this one to you. That's a hot take if I've seen one. Man, that's stone cold. Yeah. Well, thank you, Jason.
He'll do a video on how to put them on the record. So
no, actually, it's already been done.
David, you bastard!
It's already been done in the VC.
Do you think that would stop him from doing it?
It's already been done.
Yeah, I say now. Kevin's here. Me, myself, and my vinyl. Says my mom is about to be 75. She's an asshole. Kevin, no. Kevin, let's talk about it. Yeah, here we go. Henry asks, Bong is not here, and way more quote words. Chris, are we keeping a track because the F-bombs are up a little bit, even in spite of Bong Daddy's disappearance? Has anyone?
If Bong's not here, I don't give a fuck about tracking that.
Oh my gosh! Holy smokes! It's children watching. Children are here to learn about Dr. Dre's Chronic, D'Angelo's naked album covers. Unbelievable. All right. Well, now we'll move on. Thanks, Jason, for bringing D'Angelo back into the conversation. I don't have my list. It was on the list. So the show topic, at least one of the things we'll talk about, is vinyl in the movies. Vinyl in the movies. This is a show of record talking about records. You know we've got to talk about vinyl in movies. Now, I always think back to Diner, 1982. Remember the Diner movie? Daniel Stern, who later would become one of the Wet Bandits in the Home Alone movie. He had that famous line. David, you know the line. What did he say?
Diner movie?
A lot of things.
Yeah, the movie Diner with Steve Guttenberg, and it was like
I don't think I ever saw that.
Is that the audiophiliac, Steve Guttenberg? Is that?
Not the audiophiliac.
I've never seen that scene.
He may have been a seasoned audiophile. We'll get to that too. That's a comment that I'm really tasty about. But anyway, the movie 1982 Diner is like one of these kind of coming of age movies. St. Elmo's Fire, kind of that spirit. Daniel Stern loves his records, and I think his wife was touching his records, and he just had a fit. He had a fit. Said, "Don't touch my records." There you go.
It's a great rant.
It's a great rant, and I don't know why it took him 10 years later to get placed, or 9 years later to get placed in another movie of consequence. But here we are. So thinking about this, we're just going to go around today. Us in the chat. Tell us some movies. Now we're just going to talk about some of the best movies that feature vinyl, the subject matters, records, etc., etc. It's easy to go with a documentary. I'll kind of kick it off. Got to talk about Record Safari. Alex Rodriguez, the documentary from maybe 4 or 5 years ago, talks about his record collecting. Now, Jason, I see you laughing. You know Alex. Why are you laughing?
Because he like messed up on there. I think he said something that was, it showed how much of a newbie he was. I can't remember what the reference was. I think it was like
Dan
maybe
is true. Diner is much more than a coming of age. Dan, this is true. I don't want to spoil it for people. We've got people here who have not seen the film. Okay, I don't want to ruin it. So anyway, so yes. So how did he mess up, Jason? Do you remember?
I think it was either like an MC5. He was trying to say kick out the jams, but he said it all wrong, and it's in the movie. Like they didn't even edit it out.
Well,
it was like, newbie, who are you? Are you Dylan, Noble Records? Come on now.
Oh man, everybody's taking shots today. Wow.
You got to fill in for Bong here.
Okay, yeah, this is what Bong would say. This is not what Jason would say. This is what Bong would say. But yeah, so enjoyable movie. Anytime you're talking about records and people, how they collect records, why they collect records, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Let's go, Groove Seeker. I'll kick this one off with you. What's something, a good film, película, that's how they call it in Spanish, película, about vinyl and movies?
Okay, so specifically about vinyl and movies, there's a documentary on Other Music that was a store in New York City.
Oh, sure,
which is on Amazon Prime. I was lucky enough to be in that store a couple of times. I'm sure Ronaldo's been there. I know Dom has been there. But yeah, just a really cool story about the importance of that record store. And it was a kind of a niche, trend-setting place, very curated collection of records. But it's a fun documentary to watch.
Dig it. Bianca, what about you? Give us one. We'll go around maybe a time or two. It's a good movie if you like record collecting and maybe you don't want to listen to your records for some weird reason one night, but you want to still be in the record spirit. What's something you recommend?
The movie that hits me the most, that really gets me excited about music back in the day of 45s and all is
That Thing You Do.
That Thing You Do.
Yes. David loved this so much he had his own copies made.
Yeah.
I won one. It's delightful. And then magically, a year later, maybe even not even that, Mondo, right? Mondo comes out.
Mondo, the Oneaters.
Right. I dig it. Arnaldo, what about you? What's a movie that this hobby, this passion of yours is front and center?
I have quite a few.
Oh, we got a big list.
And I'm surprised no one has mentioned it.
It's early in the room.
I passed on it.
Kiss?
I passed. I know what you're going to say, Arnaldo. I passed on it.
I'm surprised. I'm not going to say it because someone's going to say it. High Fidelity.
Of course. Championship vinyl. Of course.
Yes. Okay. So we can get that out of the way. Everyone's seen it. Everyone's talked about it. But I'm surprised no one has brought this one up. Last Shop Standing.
Okay. I think I might have seen this one. Is this the one in London?
Yes, in the UK.
Okay.
He travels around the UK, interviews Johnny Marr, Billy Bragg, Paul Weller, about people that grew up that record stores meant everything for them. And he visits a few remaining record stores. I think he said at one point in the UK, there were 2,000 plus record stores. And by the time he did this documentary, there were like only 200 left. So, yeah. So this is definitely worth watching. Last Shop Standing. It had a connection. Yeah, there's a little hype about Record Store Day 2 here. So
there's been a couple of these movies featured as in conjunction with Record Store Day. That's one. Record Safari. They did.
Then there was the Tower Records documentary.
Colin Hanks movie, yeah.
All things Sorry, David. All right. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder because I think I had. Well, those are the three that I had in mind.
We're going to cut you off, bartender. We're going to cut you off till the next round, Arnaldo. We don't want you to take all the fun. Yeah, Frank, Mr. Sticker Mania brings up the Tower Records documentary. It was a good documentary. I enjoyed it. I streamed it. Enjoyed it a lot. Jason, what's a good record themed movie, vinyl collecting movie that's top of your list?
All right, I'm going to put it in the chat now.
Oh, no.
Okay, I want you to show this in the chat. The link is in the chat. Now, this is a movie that was put on YouTube, and it is about vinyl collecting and hoarding and the psychology and social aspects of it.
Ooh.
This could ruin your world. I don't want to go any deeper, but this video, it's been on YouTube for a while.
Yeah, it's readily available. Hang on, let me get it queued up here. Oh, I'm going the opposite direction. There we go. All right, here we go. You ready? What a tease. So this is Alan, how you pronounce it? Zweig's?
I guess.
Vinyl. It's a 50-minute movie. I can't obviously
Right.
show the whole thing. I mean, it starts out with we're seeing a car with a tree falling on top of it. So it's quite a start to the film. 11 years ago. Yeah, so it says Alan Zweig explores the eclectic world of record collecting. So how did you find this movie, Jason?
When you type up vinyl, this used to be like one of the top things, right?
Sure.
And then a few friends would like recommend that movie, you know, be like, you collect records, right? Like, what? Yes, it is. There you go.
Alan's here. It says Zweig film is a downer. That's a downer.
We should not watch it.
I think this is a trick. I think Jason's trying to set us up. Like, this is a movie you want to see, and then you see it, and you just, I don't want to collect records ever again. This is.
Well, Vinyl Kicks, he knows what it is. Like, can you throw up his comment? He knows what it is.
Hang on. It says, if you're Vinyl and Kicks 86, hello is here. He says, if you're a true vinyl enthusiast, the film Jason is showing is a must watch. It's really depressing, though. Okay, well.
Right. I mean, other than like other movies about records, I mean, I think somebody said Empire Records, Ghost World, those are good. Even Spinal Tap, when they try to get Smell of the Glove on and the cover is rejected by their label. Yeah.
Ghost World. Is anyone familiar with Ghost World? I'm not familiar with that one.
Yes. So that's sort of like a play off Robert Crumb, you know?
Yeah.
Got it. Now, I wasn't going to bring this one up. Clockwork Orange. This one, this is quite the film. Quite the film. Bianco, let's go back to you. Give us another one. What's another one?
The 2008 movie called I Need That Record. It is the death of and possible survival of the independent record store.
Okay. It looks like it has a lot of Film Fest accreditation there.
Awards.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that about 10 years ago.
Okay. Was this one that they did in conjunction with the Record Store Day founders? I feel like
no,
no,
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Interesting. Real quick, I do have to admit this one. Going back to High Fidelity, the one Ronaldo mentioned, there was that one scene. I am not going to read, Kevin. I can't read your comment, but the spirit is there. But Beverly D'Angelo, there's a cut scene. If you go back, if you've seen the whole movie, this scene didn't make the film, but apparently it's a true story that there was a woman whose husband was cheating on her. And he didn't know this. Calls Nick Hornsby, I think was the central character, says, I have a collection to sell you. So as a record store owner, he goes out to scout it. And it's like all gem mint 45s, top, anything you can think of, Stooges, MC5, rarest of the rare. And so this guy, the record store owner's like, oh my gosh. He goes, how much do you want for these? And she's like, I don't care. What do you want to pay me? He's like, I don't know how to put a number together. She's like, $5 a piece or whatever it was. And he couldn't believe it. Come to find out, her husband, who owned this amazing collection, had cheated on her with like a 18-year-old. And so as a come up, as they like to say, she just wanted to get rid of his collection while he was out of town. And to his credit, the John Cusack character could not, in good faith, I think he bought one record. I think he did. He had to get like a Ramones white label promo.
It's the Sex Pistols 45, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the original, like, from EMI.
So
now, what are the chances that Beverly D'Angelo's name would show up twice on a Surface Noise?
David, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. I'm getting an 8x10 glossy autographed to David. Love Bev.
Shower scene in Vacation.
Groove Seeker, give us another movie. What's another one on your vinyl hit list when it comes to films that feature vinyl or topics vinyl or what have you?
I'm just going to point out to two movies just with scenes, if that's okay. So the first one is one of my favorite movies ever, The Royal Tenenbaums, Wes Anderson. Margot and her brother Richie have this weird relationship, but they're listening to Rolling Stones and they're kind of confessing their love to each other. I think they're listening to Between the Buttons. The other one is Almost Famous, when
Of course.
she leaves him, his sister leaves from the record collection. She's like, one day, you'll be cool. Like, I love that scene, and he's thumbing through just classics. So that always reminds me of record collecting.
I like it. Arnaldo, before we go back to you, I did want to point this one out, and hopefully it's not one of the ones. This talking about the Record Store Day tie-in. They featured this one. This is another one, Vinyl Nation. Did anyone see this one, Vinyl Nation? They actually even did a release of the film. I think it's a Blu-ray, so it's a small disc, but I think they did it in a 12-inch record jacket. It's kind of interesting. So Arnaldo, give us another one or two or 18.
I put something, a little clip from a movie. Not sure how many people have seen it.
Okay.
In the chat.
Hold up, I gotta cue this up. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? All right. Here we go. Let's share this guy. Coming at you, large and in charge. Oh boy, I'll make this even full screen. There we go. All right, here we go.
It's a good one. It's funny.
It better be. I'm gonna play it, and I might get the. Now, who is that emerging young talent? I feel like was that Martin Lawrence? I don't know. Is that I can't place the.
No, that's the sidekick. Yeah.
Oh, that's Jerome.
That's Jerome.
Wow. Yeah, I miss Prince too, Russell. That's true. So inform us for the people who didn't know.
That's a scene from Under a Cherry Moon.
Yes.
And he was trying to impress the rich girl who didn't want to have anything to do with him. So, and he just wants to make a fool out of her because she's very, stuck up and.
Okay. What else? Do you have another one, Arnaldo? No, that was it. That was the end of the toothpaste.
Well, Walter told me that he's a hustler.
That makes sense.
Best $10 you can spend here. This is all 3 Prince movies on Blu-ray.
So it's Purple Rain,
Cherry Moon, and Graffiti Bridge.
Graffiti Bridge. Oof.
Talk about 1990s.
I didn't say they were good.
Arnaldo, John Bandy is here, and he's coming in with a hot take. He says, "Under a Dog Turd" would be more appropriate name for that movie. Unbelievable, John.
But that scene was funny. You got to admit.
I laughed. All right, Rojas, bring us home. What's another movie that's vinyl?
Here we go. I would totally recommend this. Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yes, Coen Brothers. There you go.
This one just cracks you up. Like, honestly, like the one guy that had all those records that never sold, and there were boxes underneath the table. It was sad. But this movie, super, super crazy, super funny.
I will say the Justin Timberlake appearance was a little bizarre.
He was in that Peter Paul Mary thing.
In the Village. It was,
yikes.
That was just trying to chase some star power, I think.
Oof.
Good Morning Vietnam. Sure, that's.
He has like a break. That's tough to watch. He starts tossing records in the sound room and stuff. Oof.
Fair enough. Well, guys, I think we've beat this one up enough. An interesting topic. Maybe we'll bring it back. I'm sure there's other movies. Hang on, David, you got one more?
FM.
Tell us about this one. I see the Doobie Brothers on the byline.
It's a lot about a radio station more than anything, but a lot of music and record, but a really good soundtrack. I mean, one of the best.
Oh, it looks pretty. Some heavy hitters. You got the Eagles. You got Bob Seger, Tom Petty, Queen, James Taylor, my guy, JT. And, of course, it's not David Bianco showing unless Steely Dan is involved. So we've got
That's right.
Banners are there.
School Rock.
School Rock. That's another good one. Yeah. Nice. David, I like it.
It would be a great soundtrack if they left off the Eagles and Billy Joel.
Oh, no, cool. Chris. Things were going so
Brings the whole curve down.
Things are going so well. Anyway, well, let's wrap up podcast proper. We'll get into bonus tracks in a second. I want to thank the panel. We'll put out another All Points bulletin on John Bong. Maybe he'll join us a day down the road. Thank my guests, David Bianco, Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion. Check out the channel. He's got some good interviews coming up, and he's also been kind enough to let us feature him on Vinyl Community Podcast. So, David, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And then the two guys from New York who shall remain nameless, but we'll give them names anyway. Chris, the Groove Seeker, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Concert Buddy.
And then Arnaldo, still in mourning. If you could see this, if you're listening to the podcast, you won't believe this, but in the time we've been doing this, Arnaldo has now decorated himself in the Ace Frehley makeup as a tribute to his lost muse. Arnaldo, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Have a good night, everyone.
And then Jason Rojas, always a pleasure. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for joining us.
Rest in peace, D'Angelo, Ace Frehley. Ace, you were the best on Tom Snyder. Don't tell, like no one can deny you, man.
Own it, own it, own it. Oh, see, Arnaldo had to leave. He literally is putting makeup on. I don't know if you can.
Oh no!
He's getting the Kiss Captain together now. Halloween's coming up. I don't know if we've already got it worked out. So this is. I wasn't going to start with this, but we're getting a lot of chatter in the chat. Actually, birthday boy. I'm not gonna. This is our friend Chase from Chasing Records. Recently celebrated a birthday. So as a birthday present to a supporter, friend of the show, we call him a FOTS, friend of the show. Chase, I'm going to do this one for you. Let's talk about, speaking of Prince, this is a good segue, Arnaldo. We just showed that Prince clip. There's a one step that came out recently. Melinda, if you're here, please feel free to chime in, of course. Also a friend of the show. She got the one step that Because Sound Matters, BSM, put out for Purple Rain. It's not something I was interested in because I have an original, but whatever. But to Melinda, it was a very personal title. She really important record for her growing up, loves the music, etc. So I was very excited to when this came out. And is she here, Groove Seeker?
I don't know. I'm putting it out there.
You're trying to. Well, I don't know if she won't come by, and I don't know if she wants to wade in these waters. Well, we're going to do it for her because Melinda's our friend, friend of many. And so she got this one step. She played it, and it didn't. She was disappointed, and that happens sometimes, especially something you're very passionate about, a title you're really excited to, because we're, a lot of us are chasing the best sound, and it just fell flat for her. It happens, and I don't think that she was necessarily going after BSM or saying don't buy it. Like a lot of us, she was sharing her experience, and I appreciated that. You know who didn't appreciate that, apparently?
You're missing part of the whole story. You just
all right. Fill me in. What am I missing?
You missed it.
All right,
she read the article with Michael Fremer giving the BSM Purple Rain one step 10 out of 10, saying it was the best thing ever.
Right. That's
okay.
True. All right.
And that influenced Belinda to go buy it. Right.
Hold on. Best thing ever since the corrected speed.
The best thing for that week until
he could hear the difference between an EQ'd and non-EQ'd tape. I'm sure.
Yes. And Paul's asking, Melinda's a subscriber here. She is, and hopefully she'll be after this because all we're doing is telling the story.
So somehow somebody was, reading the comments, and it got back to Mr. Fremer.
Well, the comments of Melinda's video kind of
correct
set it back, right? About this. Yes.
So again, there's nothing wrong with what Melinda said, in my opinion, right?
Not
like
at
she was
all.
just saying, she spent a lot of money on it. It didn't meet her, expectations.
Underwhelming.
Correct.
Yeah, which happens. It happens.
So then she made a video, right? Now, word got back to Fremer, and
He's a
Fremer,
subscriber. That's how it got back.
I don't think he's
a
subscriber.
voracious subscriber.
I doubt he even reads any YouTube influencers. Let's just be honest.
The record holder uppers.
So he he goes in attack mode in the chat. Now, he wasn't attacking Melinda. He was attacking Melinda's commenters, okay? And one of the key things that he said is if you're in a room with, let me say it again, seasoned audiophiles. Okay, seasoned audiophiles. Then you would be able
like paprika. You put paprika on them, or
No,
what?
no,
Say that.
it'd
We need
be
to say
like-
it one more time for the people in the cheap seats. Seasoned audiophile.
That's
Whatever
right.
that
So
means.
if you're like Lowry, Lowry Fremer salt, right? You would get more flavor on this. So I don't even know what that even like. That's so weird. Like, okay, like so it's a bunch of old dudes agreeing with themselves. Get out of town. Get out of here, right? So he's not attacking Melinda. He's attacking Melinda's, fans. It's a low move,
It was strange, and I didn't know about it because bless her heart, Melinda made another video following that and felt that she needed to address that because I think she appreciates Michael and everything he's done to vinyl, like I think a lot of us do. But it was just a strange look because it wasn't just a comment. Like Michael wasn't just saying his 2 cents because he's a firm believer it's the best this record's ever sounded. Like that became abundantly clear as you read all the comments because the comments were nestled amongst other comments. So if when she made this video explaining kind of what she didn't name Michael by name, she's better than us in that sense. She just said that a reviewer she respects, etc. So of course I took the Pepsi challenge, the Pepsi plunge, as we like to call it.
Oh, wow.
And so I went and read all the comments looking because I'm like,
So did I actually.
right. So I'm
actually
like,
read them.
because I made a comment, like I watched her video, I made my share. I was like, good for you for sharing your truth and on with the next. But it just struck me as strange that it wasn't just Michael saying this is the best this record's ever sounded once or twice or 3 times amongst nestled viewer comments. It was just like littered with just defending this title. And that's, again, opinions, that expression back home, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and that's fine. But it wasn't just Michael. There was another gentleman, I'm assuming it's a gentleman, also in the chat who was it was like a tandem attacking these viewers. And it was just a strange thing because
But I haven't had a chance to see the video nor read the comments. What was were the comments you're saying he was not
the commenters,
Linda, he was confronting the other commenters.
right? Because the other commenters were like, "Oh, sorry that this Melinda, you didn't like this. It didn't."
Right. There's no reason for you to be sorry for yourself. Like you're giving your honest opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
So indirectly, because these other viewers or commentators were supporting Melinda's view or not?
Well, yes, they were just saying like, "Thank you for sharing your opinion, Melinda. It'll make me think twice about ponying up $125 for a single disc."
So
right?
let's just say
So-
indirectly, maybe Mr. Framer was also.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so
Weighing
that
in.
one, and then people are like, thanks, Melinda, for telling the truth. I'm not going to buy that. So she was using her influence to like sway people from
Well,
not.
I don't know if she was doing that. I think she was just
But
sharing
I mean,
her
no,
experience.
I
you know what
agree.
mean?
But I mean, like, indirectly, intentionally. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Well,
intentional.
What she was saying could affect people's opinion, but
Yes.
Stremer's the same way.
Well,
I mean-
so Louis says this, and he's right. Fremer was saying they should check other reviews and not just listen to hers, as she was the only one speaking negatively about the album. So I think that was kind of like the common theme was, and Michael said it at least twice that I remember.
But
Was
you know
like-
what?
You need to form. He was saying what we always say is like form an opinion with multiple pieces of input rather than just like it was almost like he was being very proprietary about this release because he'd given it such a giant review that he almost, again, Jason's right, he never went at Melinda directly or commented on like he didn't even leave out like comment to the video. He was just commenting on the commenters over and over and over. Like this was like a passion project of his. It was just
Where was he commenting is the question I have.
inside. So here, David, here's an example. Lead comment, Melinda, thanks for sharing your review.
He replied to those.
She would say, yeah, thank you for watching, because she always replies to everyone because she's great like that. And then there would be a comment from Fremer saying, this is the best this record's ever sounded, or you need to listen to multiple views before you make a decision, or, you know, so it was strange.
I'm gonna read one of his comments here. Okay.
Here's a direct quote. Jason's gonna read one. This is
okay.
What
no one should be offended by an honest assessment, but
right.
No one should make a buying decision based on one opinion either. That's like the leopard eating its face. Do you understand? Like, he didn't think about it. Like,
right. Yeah.
So his opinion matters because he's a seasoned audiophile.
The problem I have with that statement is people will make their own buying decisions based on whatever they want to base their opinion on. It could be a friend, it could be a reviewer they respect, or it could be the store clerk or the record shop owner that says this sounds great, buy it. So you can't tell everyone how they, I mean, you shouldn't have a conclave of luminaries of seasoned audiophiles before you buy every record, right?
Well, Arnaldo, let's just face facts.
What?
Listen, face facts.
Isn't Grover friends with Michael? Grover is Tom Beery, who runs BSM, friends with Michael Fremer. So, you know.
Well, I feel for
Melinda, because whoever gives bad audiophile reviews in the VC, I've never seen a bad audiophile review. So how is she supposed to?
But Chris, I'm going to counter that with: are they seasoned audiophiles?
I'm not a seasoned audiophile.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. I mean, because
I just say what I like and what I don't like and what I hear.
Listen, here's the reality: we're just.
That's not true, Chris. By the way.
Well, so pretzel.
I panned Dreamboat Annie Mofi pretty badly.
Let's just face facts. On Complaining Corner, which is what this is, we are upset because we were not invited to the secret ceremony of they had a cauldron you had to put your arms around to get burned with the mark of the seasoned audiophile, and it's just it's our sour grapes because we didn't get to hold. It was a giant subwoofer that was so hot when you touched it, it burned this insignia in your arm.
No. See, you're only going to be a seasoned audiophile when you know that it actually came from the master tapes, right? When you just keep repeating it, like, you know, I mean, what are you doing? Like, it came from non-EQ tapes. It's the corrected version. Like, corrected speed. Where are we? You know,
I don't get it I just don't get it anymore. Who fucking cares if she doesn't like the way it sounds?
Again, it was a weird look.
About anybody that doesn't, you know, I mean,
plus I think there's another
form
thing.
Their own opinion.
Yeah, and maybe Melinda, who I guess grew up with that record or was impactful for her, I'm sure she has a certain bias on how that record should sound because it's part of her musical DNA.
Musical identity. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The same way when I talked about the Dangerous Mofi, I was used to listening to that record in a certain way, and I was expecting, and I heard something very different, which could be good or bad, depending on, you know, what you like. I like the way I used to listen to it.
That's why if you're 45 and under, CDs are back, baby, because that's what sounds best.
Well, you know why?
That's what I grew up on.
I hear you.
So all in all,
they don't sound the best, but
all in all, it was interesting because I've been joking, but I mean this sincerely. I give Melinda a lot of credit because she's saying her truth, not just in this video, but, you know, talking about records getting too expensive and all these things. This is what you should be doing, in my opinion. This is what we should all be doing with our channels, being honest with our viewers. And to Jason's point, for a professional reviewer, a seasoned audiophile, to say, don't make your opinion based on one review from a one review McGillicuddy machine. Like it's a little, what's the word? Pot kettle black. Like it just was
disingenuous is the word.
Right. And nothing against Mike, nothing personal. Like I'm sure he'll probably put in the comments and call me fat or something like that to do. But the reality is that everyone's entitled to their opinion, which I think Michael would agree with. but to come over and over and over at least a handful of times in these comments, that's kind of trolling.
Well, if Mr. Fremer is a seasoned audiophile, who, by the way, I will watch all of his videos and I'll read what he writes. I follow him, but he's a seasoned audiophile. So what he's telling Melinda is, my equipment sounds better than your equipment. That's what
it's an equipment issue. Okay, it's
an issue. If you look at the stuff he demos and gets to review and everything, it's like a kid in a candy store. Like, everything's going to sound amazing on his stuff.
Exactly. That's why I think every review done by Mr. Fremer, who is listening to maybe $1 million stereo system, something that may sound fantastic on his gear, for the average person that's buying records.
Keyword buying records. So no, and I don't mean that in a like that way. I mean it in the way of $125 is $125, and if you're going to be putting down that chunk of change,
it was 100, but same point.
Okay, but point, yeah. So triple digits, however you want to say it.
Yeah, it's not $30. Yeah,
right. It's not a $30 like, oh, I didn't like it, I'll just take it and trade it in kind of movement. It's a substantial investment, and I don't think like that's kind of where hopefully our conversations go, is like, make your own mind up, get more feedback, but there's not like one size fits all to all these seasoned audiophiles as you're led to believe.
I'm disappointed because Fremer's a journalist.
Yes.
And he's got the longevity.
Yes.
He's done a lot for our hobby. He's done a lot for me personally.
All the above.
He knows Melinda has a wealth of followers and has a presence in the VC. Why wouldn't he reach out to her privately and have an intellectual discussion about it and have a conversation instead of putting punches in a chat to other commentators? Like, that's what I would do. It's like, you guys are part of the same team in a way. Like, you're spearheading. Well, I'm talking team as in the VC. You're spearheading this hobby.
He may not think that.
Well, that's too bad. Well, guess what?
Because VC people are record holder uppers.
But you got to do it properly. So
There's a technique. There's a technique that you have to give it.
Get any sheen off the camera.
37-degree angle. Yes.
It's the right way. You got to,
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard, but
Chris, you left out one important thing. Mr. Fremer is a seasoned comedian, so maybe this was all a joke. Jason, this is when I'm setting it up for you.
Pull out the cover.
Pull it out.
It sounds like somebody cannot take a joke. Am I picking up what that's putting down? Maybe that's the whole thing.
When you're a seasoned audiophile, I
don't know. Listen, Melinda's good people in my quarters, and I give her a lot of credit for being honest, because if you don't like something, she could have just as easily been not said anything about it.
I'm going to do the John Bong hot take.
I think I haven't watched the video, but I could see from the way you guys described it, she cares about this record.
Of course.
Has a lot of memories. And
of course she does.
All of her videos are very personal.
Yes.
So if she tells a lot of personal stories about her childhood that made her happy, all the memories of the records that she buys. So why wouldn't she? I mean, I know you say you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all, but it's something very personal to her. And she's been sharing a lot of her personal memories. So why wouldn't she have to share this? She's entitled to say, I'm disappointed because I expected this, and this record is so important to me. I grew up with it. I have so many memories, and it's not fulfilling. I haven't watched the video, but I'm assuming that's the gist of it.
Well, the one thing that's really obvious is that Fremer has always had a problem with this record sound being too bright, even when Kevin recut it. So he's kind of had a bone to pick with this record for decades, literally. And that's probably how Melinda heard it and, absorbed it and enjoyed it. Right. And now maybe some of that was tapered off in this, and that was a disappointment to her, but a value to him. It can be as simple as that. And I think
Prince is no longer with us.
I know.
What if this is not what he intended?
Oh, are you going on down the rabbit hole?
No, I'm going there.
He's the one who started the argument. Mr. Fremer started the artist intent
I will go to
maybe
Susan Rogers, who
maybe
was his engineer. Let me
maybe
go to
that's-
his engineer.
Maybe you should ask Susan Rogers and say,
Yeah.
"Do you think Prince would have approved this? Do you think he
Guess
would
what?
have liked it better this way or the way he originally cut it?"
You're talking about an artist who literally do 2 takes of a song and be done with it. You think he cares if Michael Fremer thinks the record is too bright?
I don't know. I'm
Come
just
on,
saying.
I know.
But he did care about how it came out and sounded. He was engaged at that level.
I'm just playing devil's advocate as to you can throw the trump card, no president, and say that wasn't the artist's intent when he reviewed television.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
but Fremer was right about television. Come on.
But guess what? You can't pick and choose when a record sounds different for different reasons, right? Whether they EQ'd it, whether they boosted something or they rolled something off, you can't use artist intent only when it's convenient or when you like to use it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I know what might fix this problem. Stop putting out reissues with audio file on the hype sticker, and then most of these guys won't care to listen to it.
Right.
Where will the season audio file go, Chris?
Like Fremer's not buying the Chronic. Fremer doesn't even know what the Chronic exists. The only reason why he knows it exists is because someone put a 1-step out on it.
And he got a free copy. Let's just be honest.
Well, yeah.
He's like, "What is this at my doorstep? Another free record."
Wow. I like what the Groove Seeker is saying. No more audiophile. So there'll be like less shilling in the VC, like all this. It'll be cured. Oh my gosh.
Just reissue it. Just reissue the damn record.
Man.
Well, Chase, I hope you're happy. You opened that door. But listen, I'm Team Melinda, so I like, I appreciate what she was doing there, and it was just strange. So no shade at Mr. Fremer. Like Chris said, he's done a lot for this hobby.
No. Like, I'm gonna hold up before we end this. I'm gonna end it with the John Bong feeling.
Give us a John. What would Bong do? WWBD.
The thing is, here's the truth. The John Bong feeling here, chat in the panel. Fremer, his star is fading, right? Melinda, people are gonna listen to more Melinda. You know. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a big gap between the baton handoff from Fremer to 7-year-old Malachi. Is that the young man that writes for him too? He's a prodigy, 7-year-old.
You can't trust any of these unless they give you a hearing test.
No,
you know?
You can't spend 40 years as part of a posse that we all benefit from keeping vinyl alive and then beat the crap out of somebody and a bunch of other people who are trying to move it along. You have to.
Henry is right. Chris, I'm sorry. I gotta say, release the audio files. Release
no,
audio files.
No.
Henry,
just
Henry, one more time. Release the audio files.
No. Henry, stop the shill. That's what's going to be the new logo 2025 going into 2026. Stop the shill. There you go.
But guess what? Okay. I really don't have a problem because since the beginning of time, there's always been free records for people that can shed a light on them, write reviews. Nowadays, guys, I hate to break it to you, but good reviews don't sell records.
Yeah, they don't.
Because people have so many different outlets to preview music, they're smart enough to make their own mind up.
Well,
at something.
yes, but no. And I think, and I'm going to creative license. I think this is a journey, and this is what I said in my comment to Melinda's latest video. People have to figure out what information helps them make a better decision. I think we've all been there, that you saw a video, read a review, whatever, and on a lark, you made a purchase that in hindsight you probably wish you hadn't made, right? Is that fair to say? I'm not naming names, but is it fair to say you took a gamble on a just kind of a word of mouth or whatever, and then you got it and you're like, it was underwhelming? Is that can everyone cop to that at least?
Yeah, maybe once or twice.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I think in the spirit of that, I can appreciate Fremer's sentiment and his repeated comments. Where I think it turns left for me is that he is also a person who is a input into a lot of people's decision tree. So what is the difference between Melinda having a contrarian opinion to his very favorable opinion? And that doesn't make all of her viewers morons, nitwits, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And anyway, that's where I'm coming from with this.
I agree.
All right. Well, beautiful. See, yeah, Lou is right. The VC has influence on record. This is true, but at the same time, people have to make up their own minds. It's their money.
What are you talking about? I don't need to make up my mind. I just watch Espo videos all day. He tells me what to like. I mean, even though he's got his name in the dead wax of Rhino Hi-Fi LA Woman, man.
Well, Henry, you're right. Good reviews don't sell Taylor Swift. That's true. I can't disagree with that comment. Well, enough on that.
I know it's a sensitive topic, but when you're friends with, these labels and the mastering engineer, like, I hate to say it, you've become biased, right? Like,
I think you can become. I wouldn't paint everyone with that broad brush, but I definitely think that it can color your objectivity.
Correct.
Right. I think that's a reasonable.
Just like if you don't like them, you see something from them coming and you start negative.
Right. I think you can come in with any degree of bias.
I give everything a chance. You may think I'm negative towards Kevin Gray, but I shoot him out. I provide the video.
I don't think you are, but
I think I am,
Yeah, you are.
And I know you don't like how I've had this angle, but I'm showing the records. I play them. I make an opinion. I don't say which one is better. I tell you what I hear.
Well, yeah,
and I let you decide. I think that's the difference between you and I. You're telling people what they should think of. I don't.
No, I'm telling people what I heard and how I rate it.
Okay. But you don't think that influences people?
Pardon me? Of course I think it does. And I think what you do might. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yours is more real time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's worth it. I think there's already too many people talking about records.
Yeah. No, there's nothing problematic with it at all. Now, judging it through YouTube's digital is a whole different discussion.
Right. And I'm going to give the 4K videos. I think I promised that, and I will. So it's away from the YouTube compression. Now you can hear it. Right?
Yeah, right. That would be, sure.
What a delight. Well, let's transition from this interesting topic to one I want to talk about. And I say this from a socioeconomic perspective. What I mean by that is interesting economy right now, globally, locally, etc. And I'm already starting to see these emails. So Arnaldo, I'm going to go to you first on this one, but since you do have a stake working for a label, do you think markdown season is going to come earlier than cyber this season? It already kind of trickles in. Like Platinum just did a 15% off sale. I'm sure Espo's got another big 10% sale coming off pretty soon. Do you think that we're just going to be inundated with deals coming up here?
I don't know yet because my label does not have a D2C storefront like Universal. It's mostly through Townsend or Today Music, whatever artist makes a deal for their certain website, mini site. But I will say one thing, that typically the salespeople reach out whenever there's an upcoming campaign. Which titles do we want to include in the campaign? And I usually give the financial okay, whether or not we can do a 40, we can do a 20%, but that's to the wholesale price, which hopefully will be trickled down to the retail price as well. But I haven't gotten any emails regarding any upcoming campaigns. I think it's a little early for the Christmas and the Thanksgiving one. I haven't been asked, at least, to approve anything with regards to discounts for upcoming campaigns. So that's my 2 cents. But I am waiting for the You Discover pre-sale for for the
$8 records.
for the what is it, 40 or 30% off that usually is around November, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and part of it. So I'm going to post this comment. This is part of the spirit of this topic. So Record Keeper 33 RPM says, I bought the Tracy Chapman at Target for
Nice.
$6.54.
Nice.
So I'm sure if you guys are out there reading the same things I'm reading, Dark Side on the Moon, the 50th anniversary was recently, I think at Target also $8.
No.
So
I only saw the
You
Elton
got to
John
pay
for
me
$11.
$8 to buy one of those again.
But point being is that they're closing them out. I'm sure they've got more titles coming in behind these. I understand how the retailer is doing this, but it seems a little early. And $6 for a record that, I mean, this record hasn't even been out a year. David, when did this came out in April? The Tracy Chapman reissue?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It was like spring. Yeah, it was like spring. So in
it's
less
been
than
not
a
even
year,
6 months.
in less than a year, Target is clearancing those out for, 20% of retail. I mean, it's crazy stuff. So I love deals. Don't get it twisted. I love deals, but I'm wondering if this may be and I say markdown season. I'm wondering if this, hopefully, or maybe not, is giving folks behind these decisions at what to price these things at choices, or at least inputs that maybe new records are priced too high.
Was that Tracy Chapman a Target exclusive?
I don't recall. I don't think so. I
think so.
feel like there was the red or the
was colored, but that's
was
all.
like was some kind of retail exclusive, but I don't feel.
I mean, where did you get it?
Target.
Target? Well, the thing with Target and Walmart, whenever they're most likely, you will find something really on clearance and heavily discounted when it's one of their exclusives, because that's stock that they bought in large quantities.
Sure.
And that they're stuck with because they made an exclusive deal with the label who can't sell it to anyone else but Target.
Yeah, it's not an exclusive.
Committed to like 10,000 copies. So they're, if it's a bomb, they have to discount it heavily.
Yeah, Frank Siri says Barnes & Noble has some sales going on. Barnes & Noble is one of the kings of blowouts. They have the $5, they have the 50% off sale. Like, they know how to exit a lot of inventory. Now, Tom, High Rent District says things are tight on the secondary market too. I haven't had a Discog seller decline to make an offer on a 3-figure item in a while. Well, Tom, congratulations, Big Pockets. That's good. But I hear you. I think things are tightening up, and that's why I bring up the markdown thing, because we're about to get into, we're in Q4, we're in October now, and usually Black Friday / Cyber is usually when these retailers go, hopefully, into the black, right? They've been in the red, they claim, all year, and then, but man, $6 Tracy Chapman, $8 Pink Floyd, some wild stuff out there. Yeah, thanks. Vinyl Kick says Target did not have an exclusive colorway, so. Chris, what do you think about this? Because I know, as a seasoned audiophile who is a Tone Poet Society member, who is a blood brother with Don Waz, how do you do you have the talisman? Can you pull out the talisman to make us all feel better?
And this year's nominees are...
This year's nominee for Tone Poet Society Member of the Year is...
I'm the only one, man.
Oh, you're the only one. No, Felipe, are you still here, or did you go to sleep? I think Felipe is also...
Felipe is.
I think Felipe is a card-carrying member. I think he is. So, Chris, what do you think about this? Is this... are you seeing what I'm seeing? And do you think that there's just going to be an avalanche of quote-unquote deals coming up?
Well, I saw Jackpot Records. I think Jackpot sent out a clearance.
$9, yeah.
Nine? Yeah. Is it their titles? Or
yes,
it is their titles, but some pretty cool titles.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the You Discover Music big warped record vinyl blowout that they do every year.
Team Split City, Daddy. It's coming. It's coming.
Like
you were very unlucky last year.
It was the worst. It was 50% off records you can't play,
but it's still a deal. It's still a deal.
Yeah, I agree with Tom. I've been out of the Discogs buying experience for a couple of years, and I've started to build up a list, and I'm seeing records I was looking at 6 months ago drop significantly. So maybe I need to start firing off some offers. So I think it's coming earlier than expected. And I think that we're seeing, I have no data on this. This is all perception, but I think we're seeing the big box retailers who really stepped up during the boom maybe start to realize that they kept on over purchasing and over forecasting in that department. And maybe we'll see less and less in stores going forward. I know where I am, there's a Target like 20 minutes away. They have a third of the vinyl they used to carry. The Barnes and Nobles are pretty slim near me. So it's possible. It's possible it's coming around.
New friend Dan, he says during Prime Week, he picked up 6 records with the buy 2, get 1 free promotion. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, and where we won't see any deals is in about a month in New York City when we go to WFMU. I'm sure that prices will not reflect the current market there. That'll be hella fun.
Although you never know. You never know.
True.
See, look at Arnaldo being an optimist. I appreciate that.
Always. I mean, after, a couple of, lucky purchases, you have to be optimistic.
Yeah, that's true. You've had
Arnaldo, you're on a Vegas level hot streak with your Radiohead purchase and all these Oasis records. Like literally, like the paddy wagon is keeping the seat warm for you. They're going to take you down to the precinct any day now.
Well, and the D'Angelo, you only got that a few months ago, right?
I got that. Yeah, I think it was
like right before
April?
The summer. Yeah,
no, it was around April.
So
yeah. So I mean, make an offer. You make an offer. I made an offer for that D'Angelo. The guy probably, who knows how long he had it there for, and he took it.
Yeah.
The same thing, the Oasis that I recently got, that was from Discogs. I made the guy an offer, and he was like, "Yeah, sure."
Awesome.
But that D'Angelo purchase was before he passed away.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was in April. Yeah, that was
maybe different now.
Yeah.
Chance, just for the third sport reference, I would say that Arnaldo's in the 4, 5, 6 of his Michael Jordan run. I think
what is that?
Second repeat.
Please explain. Yeah, I think that's probably a fair analysis, Chris. I think that so Arnaldo, there's a gentleman named Michael Jordan, or the French call him Michael Jordan.
The actor, right?
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, it's unfortunately this is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. This is MJJ. And he retired to play what they called the baseball. He played baseball.
I remember that.
He also allegedly had some gambling debts. He was the NBA wanted to put on ice, but that's another story for another day. And when he came back to play the basketball, he came back in a different jersey number as a fresh start. And then he had to come. Chris, you want to finish this one? He had to.
He came back and he won 3 straight championships and 3 straight MVPs and 2 MVPs and 3 straight final MVPs. He's just unstoppable. So you're like Michael Jordan of the VC right now with these pickups.
After the REM automatic for the people debacle, I'm coming back.
That was your baseball. That was your baseball.
Yeah, that was your baseball. Right. That was Aria. Yeah, that was the baseball. That was the 18 months Arnaldo went to play baseball in Alabama, Birmingham Barons. And then he came back and he robbed that guy for the 3 UK Radiohead originals. And then he's like, you know what? I'm not going to stop there. What else is on my UK list? Hello, Oasis.
Wait. Chance. His root canal Oasis purchase is like MJ's flu game.
What's that?
That's incredible.
Oh, when he was sick, what did he do?
He was sick and had like one of the best games of his career.
Yeah, against the Utah Jazz. Yeah, he got food poisoning, and then went into the game and he was hurting for certain, and he had a memorable performance. But Chris, you're right. There's a lot of parallels to the Michael Jordan Bulls end of his Bulls run and what Arnaldo is on right now. I thought it was a Vegas level heater, but I think you're onto something. So for all those people who don't know sports, we will on the Patreon. We'll break all this down with Coach John Gruden will be joining us to work through the tape. So stick around. I'm just kidding.
All right, they're still talking sports here. Please put up the last comment and explain it. The record keeper 33.
Oh, so the record keeper says Arnaldo is really going to hate it when he reaches the Wizards period. So this is Michael Jordan retired the Bulls on his last shot. He made his last shot to win a championship in '98, and then he retired, and it was on his terms. And then he went into ownership with the Washington Wizards, and that team was terrible. And so he thought the solve was, I'll come out and play for them, because he still wanted to play, and the team needed him. And it was rough stuff. He was still very good at 39, 40 years old, but the Wizards were still pretty bad. You're talking Coach Doug Collins, Rip Hamilton, Christian Leitner. I mean, it was just a who's who of name guys.
Kwame Brown.
Yeah, Kwame Brown. He drafted Kwame Brown, and it was
Well, I hope.
And so Henry's right. Now Michael Jordan owns a NASCAR team, so that's all you need to know about where we've gone, where we've been, and where we are.
Arnaldo, if we see you in a month at WFMU and you're at the CD tables, that would be your Wizards era. That would be...
Very, very true. Very true. All right, getting back on topic. See, I like the sports. Everybody's coming in. He says Joey Tavares says, "Will everyone hate him after he hangs up his vinyl collecting?" I don't know. He's on such a hot streak. I think Arnaldo's got a couple. He's got some championships left in him. I think that's not going to happen anytime soon. Bianco, are you seeing any steals and deals out there? I know you just came back from the West Coast. You've been hitting the shops. You went to Arizona and saw the Espo operation. In LA, I'm sure you went to some stores out there. Are you seeing anything? What do you think about the economy / how it affects record collecting?
Well, I think that, generally speaking, the amount of money people have for gratuitous spending is reducing. Some of the prices in LA were, I think, reasonable, but I came back and now I finally pulled out all the records I bought, and I got more Warped records out of LA than any place I've ever bought records in my life.
Oh, what?
And so that probably just maps to some of the people there. But generally, locally, here's a funny one. Locally, I went to a local store. They usually have really good, clean stuff used. But man, their prices were like way out of whack. And what I think is going to happen is they're going to turn around now in a week and say 25% off, 30% off.
You
to
can
make
always
it look
take the
like
price
you're getting
down.
a
You
good
can't
deal.
take it back up. Yep.
Yep. Because there wasn't anything in there that was under like $18. Nothing.
So
you bring up? Sorry, you bring up an.
Let's say I'm talking like Air Supply was like $18.
What?
Yeah.
So you bring up an interesting point, and I need to make a note of that because I usually check for various things, like looking for scratches, but sometimes I forget to check and hold it up and see if there's a warp.
Yeah, I was really, and a lot of them were 12-inch singles. I bought a lot of 12-inch singles.
Oh, so it's going fast at 45.
Yeah. I mean, I had a couple of them. They couldn't track at all. So it was like, I could hear the Beach Boys in a surf song in the background. It was so bad. So
who is Vinyl Latte?
That's Louis.
It's Louis.
Louis.
Okay.
Louis with a V, yeah.
Another Louis, not the golden.
No, not golden.
Okay.
No, this
Do
is
you have
Louis
a flattener,
V.
Bianca?
Yeah, the
Guy's classy.
Yeah, maybe you should invest in a flattener.
Yeah, you got to get one. I use it. I use it multiple times.
And I borrowed a flattener and I need to release a review on it. But I'm going to get one.
Which one did you borrow?
Oh crap!
Is it a heat or a machine?
It's a heat one you put in like a pizza
bag, record pie.
The vinyl
pie,
flat,
record pie.
Those
record
are pie. When you get those down, because you could really screw it up. When you get those down, they actually work really well.
Uh-oh, what does screw it up mean?
Well, you could.
Weird.
So, you gotta find the sweet spot where it gets to a certain temperature, and every bag is different. They're not consistent. So you have to like measure it with a thermometer. But if you overheat it, it'll screw up the sonics on that record. Like you'll hear it.
You can literally cook it. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, you got
you could
a lot of
screw
trial
it
and
up.
error to find the sweet spot. Yeah,
And you got to put it in the humdinger before you flatten it. You cannot. You
got to clean them. Yeah, because you're going to bake in the dirt. Yeah,
bake in the debris. Yeah.
But one thing about it that I found is that more subtle warps it was fine with, but anything that was of any excess it really couldn't do.
Well, if it's excess but symmetrical, it'll work for you.
If it's like a dish or something.
Yeah,
but I'm talking,
if it's the excess on one, the waves, there's no hope.
Yeah, the waves are next to impossible. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So before we close up shop, so this vinyl markdown thing got me thinking about something, and I want your guys' take on this. The last couple record shows I went to, because I think I've told you, like, we have one in St. Louis and we have one over in Southern Illinois, and oftentimes they're pretty close together. Depends on the time of the year. So I went to a couple recently, and it dawned on me, and I'm curious if you guys are seeing this too in your areas. At the record shows, a lot of these, and these are people who are just doing it on the weekends. Sometimes they're shops, but a lot of times they're just like us, just schlepping some records around. Sometimes they just do this on the regular. But some of these prices, talking about the pricing piece, are they're and I think this is probably the discographication of the hobby, but some of these prices are so out of whack. It reminds me of what stores are charging versus what a record show should be charging. And I think somewhere along the lines, these weekend warriors, I'll call them, thought they saw it on Discogs and they thought that's the price. And I think, and this goes to the conversation about inventory not moving, because a lot of dealers were like, great turnout, I'm not selling a lot of records. And I think the spoiler alert I took away from that is your prices are too high. Like, only you know what your acquisition costs are. Only you know what you paid for that Depeche Mode record. And my thinking is, like, I'm all for free enterprise and capitalism and maxing out. However, if you paid $2 for the record and you're trying to get $100 for the record, when really if you could just get anything north of 50 for the record, you're winning. And I think somewhere along the lines, have you guys seen this? Where, like, when you go to record shows, or even, I don't want to say the stores, because the stores have overhead employees. They have a lot more entanglement than JB going on the weekends with 8 crates of records selling at the local show. The show guys are treating it like they're mobile record stores. Chris, what do you think about this?
So I think that the weekend warriors, that as you kind of categorize them, have overpaid for those collections as well.
Could be. Okay, that's fair.
And I actually had an experience last Friday. There is a bookshop that had records. I went to go look a couple towns away from me. They had incredible stuff. They had all this, all these French and UK world records, African, Afrobeat. Like, I'm like, oh, well, how did they find these? And I looked at them, the condition wasn't great. So I asked the guy behind the counter, I said, are you the buyer on these? He goes, yeah, actually I am. I go, what's your strategy? He's like, well, I pick. I go, listen, I want to get these 3. Can you do X amount of them? He's like, oh, I paid more for that than what you're offering. And I was like, oh, well, that's the problem. I was like, okay, yeah. My budget. So I feel like that. I feel like people overpay for collections sometimes, or maybe overpay for used picks that they're getting, and they're trying to make a profit. But I see it. When I've gone to record fairs, or I've seen like one-off people selling, I'm like, they don't even know what they have, and they don't know anything about condition either. So yeah, I think it's a problem.
What do you guys think if it's just a weekend warrior with no overhead cost, like a record store?
Yep.
Do you think it's fair for them to be charging, let's call it the median price on Discogs, or the last couple of sales of that record on Discogs?
I mean,
they can,
go ahead.
They can charge whatever they want.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
But I don't think that they understand the game well enough to know that they aren't in a position to charge that much. They don't have the store overhead. They're not paying the Discogs fee. They're not paying shipping. They should be trying to drive that price down and move that inventory, because they don't have the overhead. Yeah.
And I do see that there's more flexibility with dealers at record shows.
They'll take an offer.
Well, even that guy John that you and I know locally, right? That we saw a few weekends ago. He knows us. When we go up to him, he's like, "Oh, just give me this for these."
Yeah, no,
so
I get it.
You don't even have to ask.
And then you have stores that go to, like, there'll be plenty of, not maybe plenty, but there'll be New York stores with presence at WFMU, right? So should they be asking the same price that they're like, just take them off the wall there and bring them to the record show and still charge that same price? Or
I mean, if
you're thinking about just general retail, right? Product costs $10. You sell it to your wholesaler for $20. They sell it for $30 to $40, right? I'm just using basic retail math. to your point, Arnaldo, this is one that's always perplexed me. The stores that sell it at shows, great. To your point, they're literally just there is now they'll accept some offers. There's wiggle at the show, and I don't think a lot of
and
people
there is. Well, it depends. Some record stores will work with you,
Yeah.
some will not. So it's just a general. I'm not pointing anyone
right.
out.
But I think going back to where their acquisition costs have to be lower, to Chris's point, than the people who are apparently buying these collections, lower down the supply chain or down the chain of ownership. And I think, Chris, I think you're right. I think it's probably it's all of the above. I think it's starting at that low level of people are charging more for these collections. Maybe they know what they have or somebody told them what they have or whatever. Then people want to get these good records because good records brings people in. They can put out their 5 or 6 records to attract people to come in until they look at those prices on those 5 or 6 records and they're like, pump the brakes. But then to your guys' point, the Discogs median, I mean, to me, it's a starting point. But again, they're not record store. Like, I think that's where the pricing is getting so out of whack, is like they're pricing as a record store when the reality is their acquisition costs hopefully were lower, that they're still going to make money. I guess the question is, are you there to sell records? Are you there to sell records that you couldn't sell on Discogs without paying the additional fees in public?
Right. Well, also I still don't believe that people fully understand what they have. You talk to any record store owner who's been in the game for more than 6 months. How many times a year does the average person come in with Beatles records and they're like, "Oh my God, I have Beatles records," right? And they're trying to sell the store owner.
Yeah, they think it's black gold. They saw something on the weekend news, vinyl's back, and yeah,
right. And the other thing too is that and I'm kind of going through this experience now, which you talk about offline, but the weekend warriors, when you go to buy records from somebody privately, guess what they've already done? They've already gone to a record store and the record store's picked out all the gems. And now they have the leftovers. So now you're going to see.
I call that, you know what that's called, Chris? That's called Facebook Marketplace. Because when these people list lots of records, video games, toys, what have you, all the good shit's generally gone. You know why?
It's gone.
Because the vultures have already picked the meat off the bones, and here's what's left. And how many people need a Jethro Tull Aqualung? You know what I mean? Like it's every once in a while somebody scores a great collection because grandma's attic and all that still happens. I'm not saying it doesn't, but
yeah, of course.
It's very frustrating, especially with WFMU coming up. I'm excited to see exciting records. I know that, and I'm willing to pay. The price is the price. I say that all the time. I'm worried because my locals are charging these prices and sitting on records. Like, records are not moving because something's got to give, I guess is what I'm getting at. Jason, what do you think on this one?
You got to stop using Discogs. You got to stop. You have to.
Who's got
to go? You need weekend sellers. Anybody.
Oh, not the buyers.
Correct. Whatever. You just need to stop using it.
I see Discogs cheaper prices than what I see them at the record store. I'm like, what am I missing here? Because the guy that's selling on Discogs is going to pay.
No. Like the person at the fair who's charging that high price, they're using Discogs median. Like, they need to.
It's a lie.
No, I've seen higher prices than Discogs.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, the highest price, you can buy the same record for $80 that you're selling at $100. Why would I pay you $100?
Okay.
Because I don't want to go through the hassle of ordering it and it arriving not the way it was described.
So they're looking for a sucker, right?
Well, no. I mean, they know that maybe in my mentality, I can see your record right here.
Oh, I see.
I can play test it.
But,
I don't have to wait for it, and I don't have to pay for shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, bird in the hand. It's called bird in the hand, right?
Yes.
Plus, you can see the condition of it.
Exactly. I could listen to it if I want.
But the problem with Discogs median is the life of the record sale.
No, of course.
What you really need to look at is what it's recently been selling.
Yes, that's what I always look at.
Yes.
Because that could be either way, high or low.
But I think to Jason's point, though, is like people instantly go to that median and say, that's gospel.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right.
This is not.
Like you need to look at it's like anything in retail. You need to look at 4 over 4s, year over years, 13s over 13s. You know what I mean? Like there's different periods. To David's point, and that is a fatal flaw in Discogs is that their median is only taking a small sample size.
Correct.
Now, if it's something
Correct.
that hasn't sold in a while, that's also kind of confusing because the market's changed, right? Now you're talking about availability versus affordability, and that's a different conversation. But
And to my
yeah,
advantage,
They need a trend line on there. They need a trend line.
to my
not a bad
advantage,
idea.
a couple
Oh,
times.
hang on. Malaya's got the hottest of takes. She says Discogs ruined
Yes.
record collection. Malaya, you're not wrong. Malaya, you're not wrong.
It's a blessing and a curse, you know.
To my
It's
advantage,
necessary evil.
I did see some record stores pricing records at the median, and when I go and look at the recent sales, it's much higher. So that's an instant grab, and I'm like,
Right. Right. Yeah, it works both ways. That's why I say
David's right. It does
it
work
works both ways. Yes,
It does, but come on, it's like 80-20. It's not.
yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get
So
the.
KRW
It's only because whoever was pricing that record at the time was doing a whole bunch in a hurry. Looked at the median. It's like, okay, this is going to be whatever, $80. That's what the median is. And they don't, because if they have to do that with every single, you buy a collection of 500-600 records, can they really do it on every single one? It'll take forever.
No, that's what I mean too. And like you buy these collections, and like they're just sticker punching. Like, this is what I think I'm going to put this out as. And you know, we're the more educated ones on what the prices should be. How many times have you been at a flea market or not even a record show, whatever? And there's people that are newbies that are just like, oh, Sergeant Pepper's for $25, and I'm like, you could get that for $15 if you really wanted to. But
Well, but they're paying the knowledge tax, right? They just don't know.
yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm sure when we started in this game, we didn't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Oh,
right?
hell no.
I mean, I know Arnaldo just came straight. He came at guns blazing, and he's like
no.
150
He's a
for the
natural.
UK.
I'm
radio
gonna give
guy.
you. I'm gonna give you guys the secret here. Like where Arnaldo lives, that's like New York prices. Okay, so he knows that, right? They're gonna charge that New York tax, right? You have to go to places where it's not necessarily the big city. Like when I lived in Minneapolis, like records were plentiful. Like had less competition. Where I live now in Austin, competition is high. So
Sure.
the pricing has it's compensating for that.
So you're
know?
saying Billings, Montana is probably an untapped market of record collectors?
Yes.
Billings, Montana?
So I'm going to give you another
Country,
secret.
yeah.
San Antonio, great place to find records, right? Prices are actually super low there rather than here in Austin.
Waco, Texas.
But I want to add something to your theory. So in the
Okay.
New York area, for sure, you shop in the city, you're paying, or anywhere, Brooklyn or Manhattan, you're paying.
Even where I lived, Arnaldo, it trickles
But
right up.
wait, there's a subtle difference. You're paying maybe 20% more for the record that I can drive to Long Island, and
Yes.
they're going to be cheaper
Yep.
there.
Well, you got to
Yes.
drive to Long Island.
But remember, you're going to an area that is still very well populated and that
Carlos.
has supply of inventory, right? You have people bringing in collections. But then I've gone to places in Jersey where, for example, there's only one record store in, like, I could see them on the map. They're like, the next record store is at least 30 miles away. That record store will likely have higher prices because they're the only thing around there.
Only game in town.
You can,
Sure.
That is the opposite. So you may find, like I have found in certain record stores in New Jersey, records that are priced higher than I would buy that same record in Manhattan, or at least at the same price. So you always have to kind of see, it's always supply and demand, right? If you're in an area where they're, even though it's rural and it's not the big city and you're not paying high rent and you're not paying, other overhead, but if there are other record stores around, yes, you will find the competitive price. If not, if the next store is 50 miles away, unfortunately, you're king in that area.
Guys, I just had an epiphany, a vinyl epiphany. You ready for this?
Yes.
Coupons. We need to incorporate vinyl coupons that you can take, and they're accepted So if I show up with a 30 spot, or if I show up with, like a make an offer, like that's the ticket. I mean, seriously, that's the ticket. No, bad joke.
One thing I like to do, and I know you guys talk about making offers. I try to get a few records, and then I go, listen, dealer, I'm a seasoned audiophile, which means I'm entitled to the audiophile discount, and I
20%
know
more
I'm
for your attitude alone.
You should be like, see this record? You see my initials in the dead wax? You know who I am? Like,
You got a safety pin?
Chance, can you show Henry S.'s comment?
Henry S.'s comment. Let's see. Oh, yes.
No.
Every store is 30 minutes away. Oregon. Oh, another one. Oh, Henry's on fire. Let's see. Henry, what else did you say? Mexico?
That's right. That's the secret. When you go to Mexico City, when you go to that market, that's where the records are, and you can get them for cheap.
I'm going there in November.
Okay, you should go to that market.
Give my regards to the tomato lady. If you run into the tomato lady, the Jong Bong has apparently hidden away. Let us know.
Okay.
You should go to the market. All the records are near the stage where all the bands play. That's where it's at. Like, honestly, like as soon as I was there, it was like, whoa.
What kind of pressings are there?
They do have like Mexican pressings, but there's a couple of dealers. Like I found like a German pressing, UK pressings. It was like, but at that time when I went to that corner, I was already worn out. I was tired. And my friend that I had known for 26 years, she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm done here." And she was like, "What? You're done? We've only been here for an hour and a half." And I was like, "Yeah, you just have to give up, And she was just in disbelief, like, "You're ready to," it's like, yeah. But I mean, that place, that corner was serious records, like, and cheap prices. So there you go.
KRWDs, this is true. Half price books. You know what they are. If you don't, just think of your local.
They do.
books.
They still give them out in January. They give them out with coupons.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I actually have them in my wallet because they've split them. You get to use them once a month, right?
It's 2 months worth.
2 months per strip. Yeah.
Chris, we don't have any half price books.
And they're overpriced. I mean, criminy sakes.
Oh yeah, they're.
I asked him if the guy who prices them took a drug test. I swear.
What's the other thrift store that you guys score at?
Savers. I actually went to Savers this evening, and I got some wonderful no records, but I got some CDs because CDs are back, baby. And
hell yeah,
if you're looking for, I have a coupon. See, Savers does it great. You can have a coupon. You can stack them. You can bring. I brought some old T-shirts to get a coupon, but. Listen,
the concert buddy T-shirts?
No, it was no. I can't say. It was me loading up, and you guys are gonna laugh. Taylor Swift Christmas CDs. You laugh now, but
cry later.
Cash me on eBay.
Oh,
make a nice little return. I've got all kinds of Christmas CDs just ready. Taylor Swift, En Vogue, Bill Shatner, got them.
There is a Taylor Swift CD that, do you know the Fearless? Is it Fearless? There's an edition of Fearless where, the original version had a lyric that she had to change. Subsequent copies.
Oh.
Yes, I'll have to let you in on that secret.
Oh, this is what we have the Patreon for, folks. Right?
Was the lyric "Fremmer was a bad boy"?
It was no. It was. Let's say, I think it was politically incorrect, she had to re-record the lyric, and subsequent they had to repress the CD. I mean, but it was out for a while until
Alan's a Swiftie. He says, Arnaldo, that's her first CD.
That's her first CD, right? And that's, I mean, we're not talking thousands of dollars like the RSD pressings. It's a $40 CD, but that's a lot nowadays for a CD. $40.
Thank you, Carlos. First of all, good to see Carlos as the table turns. Second of all, comment of the night. That's actually pretty smart with Christmas CDs. Thank you. Buy for $1.30, sell for yesterday. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night, baby. That's how it works. Sorry, you're saying, Chris?
No, I just was if to the Taylor Swift CDs, her first one's her country album.
Yeah.
I don't. Is that what it is?
I think, is it called Fearless?
Fearless, yeah.
Yes.
2008.
Yeah, there's a song on there that had to be changed. The lyric. You could probably
Was it the Tim McGraw song? No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what that is.
I mean, you don't think that her song called Wood is any
Let's
less
not even talk about that. I
controversial?
there's children that watch this show, Jason. We can't get into that. Oh, hang on. Kendall's
The Alice in
setting us
Chains
straight.
cover?
Fearless is the second.
Oh my
Is it?
gosh.
I gotta-
Swifties come out,
Speak
please.
Now, the first record, guys. Speak Now, I think it was.
Let's start attacking Beyonce and really reveal the chat. Let's see.
That can go
No, her
sideways.
first album
in
was
so many
called
different
Taylor
directions.
Swift.
Oh, self-titled. There you go. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
where she's
Speak
got
Now
Oh
was
yeah,
her-
yes. That's right.
Yes, Taylor Swift. It's not her first album.
There we go, Lou.
I mean, it's not Fearless. It was Taylor Swift, the first album.
And I think
First
that
album.
thing came out on like RSD or something, right? It's worth a lot of
And
money.
that had Tim McGraw on it.
There it is. I knew there was a Tim
that
McGraw
wasn't-
song.
She's got a song with Tim McGraw.
No,
No,
it was called Tim McGraw. It was about
It was
Tim
the
McGraw.
first
Oh,
song on her
it
first album.
It just keeps getting worse. This story keeps
I
getting.
mean, no, it's actually okay because Jewel was not a guest on that record, so
Oh,
we're gonna
no.
be fine. I'm just bringing
I
it
thought
back,
she-
concert buddy. Just
I thought
bring
she
it.
yodels on the B side. No.
What a time. Well, guys, I think we've had another incredible run. It's a shame that the Bong Master General could not join us. I'm sure that I'm sure we'll hear about it in the group chat of where in the world John Bong is. But fear not, friendly viewers. Hey, while you're here, hit that like button, hit that dislike button. It all evens out in the wash. But if you want us to keep coming back for more vinyl nonsense, you got to pay to play, and that's why. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was a terrible pitch. Listen, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate my guests every week. I think we have a pretty good time here. Fun topics, one and all. The chat was on fire yet again. It was incredible. But I think Kimbo speaks for everyone. He says, good show, but hopefully gets Bong back under contract soon. Well, Dana, it's true.
No.
We are actually after Arnaldo's Brinks truck operation he ran on us. We're not sure we can. Bong is. We got to get Bong back to the table, back to the bargaining table, and then we'll figure it out. So anyway, thank you everybody, friends new and old, frenemies, the Bleach Boys, all the above. Thanks for tuning in, and I think yeah. Rest in peace, Ace, D'Angelo, and anyone else who passed away that we did not mention. No disrespect. And I think that's a wonderful way to end the program. What do you guys think? Sound good?
Yep.
Wonderful. All right. Night, night.